Alright, what's going on, man? Your boy Preme. Make sure you like, follow, subscribe. Um, I literally just watched, yeah, like Vincent Kompany's press conference. If you haven't watched it, go watch it. Like he speaks volumes. Yeah, Real Madrid versus Benfica. We all saw that situation happen with Vinny Jr. Yeah, and I didn't have my take on it because first of all, I didn't want to talk about it because I know racism, you know, how the UEFA are gonna handle that situation. How is what they're gonna talk about the player. Now, this is what they've said. Yeah, that player, I'm not gonna name him, but we all know who he is unable, has been suspended. Let me just say he's been suspended. That's what they said. So let me not even sugarcoat it. He has been suspended for how many games? One game. One game. Now, the only reason he's been suspended for one game is obviously so they can investigate what's happening because there's no point of um playing him in the second leg when they go to the Bernabeu. It doesn't make sense for him to start. So he's been suspended due to investigation of racial abuse to Vin Jr. And obviously we all heard, I was just watching like different things. I saw what Thierry was talking about. I saw obviously Mbappe was speaking. I saw Vini obviously said something to the referee, and obviously the referee did the X. He did the X signal, but I just don't think is enough. Like a couple years ago or 2 years ago, we had this no room for racism campaign where all the players decided to do the knee. The whole season they did the knee. The whole and now look 2026, we're still thinking, oh, we've passed it now, move on, like everyone just be better human beings. But no, I'll be honest, there will always be racism in football. I'm saying it how it is. There will always be racism in football. Yeah. And it's a bold claim for myself. And I hate to say that. But how do we shut out those things? This is what we need to do. I don't care if you didn't hear the person give the racial slur. Suspension. Suspension until investigation. Yeah? Because when you look at the pictures, he came out, the Benfica player, he came out and he said, oh, I said something, but I didn't make a racial slur. What? What are you talking about? If Vinny heard you and went straight to the referee as quick as he could, yeah? And Mbappe heard you and started to get onto you and you're telling me, oh, I didn't hear nothing? Players get racially abused and it's sad to hear. When I was watching if you haven't watched it, go watch Thierry's view takes on CBS, yeah? Very inspirational. Talking about his perspective on how he was abused and talking about how the game has literally just hasn't done anything. There's many other players, many other players. That's just my thing telling me that it's completed. Cool, thank you. Anyways, Kompany's one was amazing when I heard it. Amazing. He broke everything down talking about how can someone be playing football still after racially abusing someone, you know. And the fact is, we're here again as black people. We're here again talking about racism, and where we're thinking, let's make football great again. Let's make the whole community come together. That's why you have the kick out movement. That's why you have the no room for racism. And there's obviously other corporations, the charities that they're doing. But listen, if someone is not this can't be innocent till proven guilty. No, you're racist. you get a fine, you get a minimum 15-game suspension. I don't give a heck. 15-game suspension, and your team gets fined. You get fined, your team gets fined, and you get a 15-game suspension. You're not playing for half the games. Do you know what I mean? Or the quarter of the games you're not playing. Because FA and Uefa, you have to do something. Because even in the Premier League, because if you guys are just what's the word? If you guys are just like pouncing around it, dilly-dallying around it, players are gonna keep doing it. Again, this is not the first time. Why do you think Vinny went off the pitch? You think he did it for no reason? No, there was a reason why he did it. Like, and for me, enough's enough, man. And like, enough has to be enough. To be seeing this all the time, to be watching the videos, and it's not nice. Like, or for people to be like that, I don't think it's a nice way. No, I don't agree with anything. And for me, that's just how I feel. And I don't think people are gonna change their mind about how players and how they should be treated after that. Like, you behave one way, you deserve to get punished. That's it. Point blank. You behave in a certain way, you're put in that category. I'm putting you there with those people who deserve to get punished. If you got something to say, then you appeal. Am I lying? Because first of all, man scores a goal, and Mourinho. Oh, you provoking the fans. What do you mean Man said, oh, you're provoking the fans. Oh, you don't have to celebrate in the corner like that. Wasn't my man Mourinho running around Old Trafford doing the knee slide? Wasn't Mourinho doing cup in his ear like this? Talking about provoking stuff. And you're lucky you got sent off as well. Man is very lucky that he himself got sent off. Why? Why am I saying because he got sent off? Because if he didn't want to go into that press conference. He had he's been suspended, so the next game, the press conference, he refused to go in. And I'm ashamed about Mourinho. Because how can a well-versed manager, yeah, who's known for crash outs. I don't want to get too passionate about this. Yeah, I don't want to get too passionate about this. But I'm just saying, yeah, things like this has to stop. There needs to be strict rules. Players racist. Minimum 15 games. You go home and think about and that's a real think about your life. A real think about your life. Think about your life. You can't, because Kompany, you were saying, oh, maybe he didn't mean it. No, he meant it. Because how cowardly are you going to be covering your mouth like this and saying something? Why do you have to cover your mouth? Why do you have to cover your mouth? You got something to say? You say it properly, say it to my face. I'm celebrating and you're covering your mouth, calling me a racial slur. No. Minimum 15 game bans you get. You get fined. Couple 100K. Yeah? And your team gets fined because you play for that team. Mourinho was talking about Benfica's not racist because their legend is Eusebio. What does that mean? And Kate amazingly shut that down. She was like, basically, a white person say, oh, I'm not racist, I've got black friends. That's basically what Mourinho said. So, Mourinho, you need to undo your suspension and come to that press conference and face the fire. Because you're an entitled manager. Wasn't you that same person talking about Man United, saying, look at me, I got trophies, you respect me, and you walked out the press conference. We know you. You're a crash out. This ain't nothing new. So when you're talking to Vinny and you're talking about how things are going, and he's explaining to you that your player, your teammate is racist, what do you think what do you think he's gonna say? Of course, Benfica is gonna make a statement about the situation. Yeah, he's not gonna be like, oh yeah, I was racist to him. Of course, he's going to say no. You think he's gonna say yes? He's scared. But if you're scared, why'd you do it then? I don't care. If UEFA had the if had they had the guts to suspend the player, that means he's guilty. You can't say I'm suspending you for one match because of the Real Madrid game for an investigation. Just discipline the player already and fine him. You said you brought in some body language experts and all this stuff you got in. That's what I heard from Sky Sports. I'm like, okay, cool. Since you brought those people in, suspend the person. Anyways, I don't want to rant because I can feel myself getting heated. So let me just chill. I had a good day today. Man, I just watched that Vincent Company press conference. I just had to make a video. So, anyways, let me know your thoughts. I hope that guy gets banned. I'm not even gonna talk about his name, but we all know who we're talking about. We all know what I'm talking about. Yeah. Anyways, it's been your boy Preme. I'm gonna go do something fun and probably play some clubs or something, man. Like, comment, subscribe, and peace, man. That's a joke, man, bro. How dare you? And then you wanna just yeah, let me go. I can feel myself getting heated, man. Anyway, take care, peace.